Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Josh Mansfield, a teacher with the Demon, and with me is Nathan Fox, one of the founders of lsatdemon.com and the weekly podcast Thinking LSAT. Our email today is from Samantha with the subject of what to make of new law schools.
Hello, I'm using your scholarship page to find schools where I'm likely to receive a scholarship that covers close to full tuition. I am a splitter, having graduated from undergrad in 2012 with a 3.23 GPA and working on a high LSAT score to compensate for the low GPA. Samantha's talking about our scholarship estimator, and it is a great tool. I mean, I'm going to go to lsatdemon.com/scholarships, and I'm going to throw in a 3.23 and a good LSAT. What do we think? 170?
Put 170.
So that's lsatdemon.com/scholarships, by the way. And this always uses the most recent available ABA 509 data to look backward at last year's class and say, well, your numbers, this is how much money you would have probably gotten if you would have applied to these schools in the last cycle. Of course, your results may vary. These are just like averages, but it is based on all of the offers that were given to all of the students who actually matriculated last year. So there's data behind it. Scrolling down, of course, you're not going to see a lot of scholarships in the top 14 because 3.23 is really low for the top 14. But at number 14 in the country, you get to a, perennial splitter-friendly school. WashU says that they would offer you more than half of their, $70,000 tuition, even with a 3.23, because they want that 170.
Yep. Sounds like a candidate for Arizona as well. There are
Texas A&M, more than half. Ohio State, Wisconsin, Utah, William and Mary, Alabama, Iowa. Keep scrolling down. Eventually, at 43, we see blue, actually. So apparently, at Baylor last year, you maybe could have gotten even a stipend. And holy shit, clicking into the tuition roll call page, you just click on the name of the school and you see a graphical representation of the financing picture. I didn't realize Baylor, man, 17% stipends plus another 12% full rides last year, plus another 50% more than half off. So
their tuition's not real.
adding up, yeah, I mean, that's 79% of the class that's paying something less than 50% of their nominal tuition. That is very, very fake tuition.
Yeah.
Only 10% paying full price. So it's real for them, but
Would not
fake
want to be
for everybody else.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep scrolling down and you're going to see a lot more schools that are making generous offers. Kansas, maybe a stipend. Mizzou, Arizona, maybe stipends. Marquette, full tuition. And you'll see lots of blue and green as you scroll down the page at lsatdemon.com/scholarships. Again, we're just reporting based on the publicly available data.
Yep.
Anyway, continuing on with Samantha's email, she says, I have a friend who is attending Jacksonville University College of Law and loves it. I've heard that the local legal market is extremely supportive and active with the school. While it may be advantageous for me to apply with a chance at a full ride, I'm hesitant due to it not being fully accredited yet, as well as the school having no stats since its first graduating class graduated in May of 2025. What are your thoughts on new law schools like Jacksonville? So apparently they have provisional accreditation that started in 2024. They can apply for full accreditation in 2026. I have no doubt that they're going to get full accreditation. There's no reason to doubt it, just because ABA doesn't really, if people are willing to go through the steps of applying for the provisional and getting the provisional accreditation, they just don't have to do that much to get real accreditation.
You got to work hard to lose ABA accreditation status.
You do. It's very rare that they take accreditation away from a school. So I have every reason to believe that they're going to do it. Looking at their brand new 509 report, this was just recently released. So for 2025, they had 572 applications. They admitted 201 of those people. That's a 35% acceptance rate. Only 33% of those ended up actually matriculating at Jacksonville. So they have a very small first-year class of 67 students. But their numbers put them solidly in the good but not great law school range. They've got a 50th percentile undergraduate GPA of 3.48 and a 50th percentile LSAT score of 156. I would guess roughly half the law schools in the country have worse numbers than that. So, you're looking at a very middle of the road regional law school in Jacksonville, Florida. I would say if you want to practice law in Florida, especially around Jacksonville, I would, pay attention to the price you're going to have to pay. But if they end up being the right priced school, they did give 100% of their applicants grants last year, so their tuition is totally, completely fake. They gave 43% half to full tuition, and they gave 57% less than half tuition. So they're discounting somewhere between 0 and 100% for all of their applicants, every single applicant. Nobody pays the full price.
One resource that's available, you and Ben did a What's the Deal With for Jacksonville University. That's our segment on the Thinking LSAT podcast, where we cover a handful of we cover a law school and talk about kind of their numbers and dive in. You can find all of them, lsatdemon.com/what's the deal with, or you can go directly to episode 514 over on YouTube. The title of that episode is Parallel Reasoning is Easy, and that's the episode where we covered Jacksonville University.
Cool.
The other thing I'd mention, Nate, to your point, you mentioned if Samantha wants to practice in Jacksonville, at the point you're getting outside of, T50 even, maybe even higher than that, the list of schools that you were saying had blue potential stipends, right? Maybe getting full tuition, all over the country. I mean, that was smattered geographically. So Samantha, I would make sure apply to a wide range of those schools that were kind of lighting up blue for you, and then also make sure to apply to all the schools in that area where you want to practice. And if you get a full tuition at Jacksonville and a full tuition at Arizona, but you want to practice in Jacksonville, it probably makes more sense to go there. But if you don't want to practice in Jacksonville, there's a lot of other options for you.
There's 10 other law schools in Florida, and with a 3.23 and a 170 LSAT, I do see potential stipends at Florida International. That's ranked 84th in the country. Ave Maria, ranked 153. Florida A&M, ranked 180. Just take a quick look at Florida International. My guess is that their LSAT and GPA are going to be, they're a little higher. That's actually 160 LSAT and a 3.72 GPA at the medians. Ave Maria is 153, 3.41. So this new Jacksonville Law School seems to be somewhere in between those two schools, I would say. They're going to, if I had to speculate on what their ranking is going to be from the US News, they're going to be ranked somewhere around like 100th in the country, which there's 200 ranked schools. So it's just not a like Masters of the Universe type of big time, big law, kind of school. But for regional purposes, I don't have any problem with it at all. I would just apply broadly and make sure that you're getting the right school at the right price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else for Samantha?
Yeah, I don't think so. Apply broadly.
Okay. Yeah, great. Thanks for writing in, Samantha. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.